live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A very good evening. This is the national news telecast of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. With the latest updates from home and across borders, I'm Vibodha Vijayabandar.
And I'm Natalia Veeravardhana. First, let's take a look at the headlines for tonight.
Excavations of the South Asia's longest irrigation tunnel completed. The national program to set up 500 model tea villages commences. The first Pirahara of the Kataragama festival is parading the streets. 25,000 devotees in Padayatra arrived in Kataragama this time. New mosquito control operation begins tomorrow. Slight drop of dengue cases in other districts except Gampaha. War situation in Middle East heightens. Naval blockades in Iranian ports. Spain qualified for finals of a World Cup football tournament after 16 years. Lanka Premier League cricket tournament commences on the 17th. Channel Live brings live telecast.
And now for those stories and other news items in detail, we're starting off with local news. Under the Upper Alahara Canal project, the construction of South Asia's longest irrigation tunnel was completed today.
The cost incurred was 50 billion rupees with the objective to carry water from Kaluganga and Moragahakanda reservoirs to the north-central region.
The project is being implemented under the Mahaweli Water Security Investment Program. Mahaweli water is scheduled to be carried along this canal route, covering a distance of approximately 95 kilometers from the Moragahakanda Reservoir to the Mahakanadharava Reservoir. Entering underground in the Palugaswewa area of Anuradhapura, this irrigation tunnel has been constructed with a length of nearly 28 kilometers. It resurfaces from the Konduruava area in Alahara. The excavation of the irrigation tunnel was carried out using a special dual-shield tunnel boring machine designed specifically for this purpose. Excavation commenced 5 years ago to enter underground from Koduruava at Alahara with two such machines, where the tunnel starts from Palugaswewa area in Anuradhapura and ends at Koduruava, Alahara. A stretch of about 25 to 30 meters per day was excavated daily by the machines. Accordingly, excavation of the longest irrigation tunnel in South Asia officially ended today. Deputy Ministers Namal Karunaratne and Aravinda Senarath, along with the Governor of North Central Province and a group of other officials, joined the occasion. The official function was held at the Palugaswewa construction site. An amount of 50 billion rupees has been spent for the construction of the tunnel. The project is being implemented by the Ministry of Irrigation, funded by the government and the Asian Development Bank. Notably, all construction work was carried out by local and Chinese engineers. Upon completion of the Grand Canal project, water will be supplied to 74,000 hectares of agricultural land in the North Central Province. Through this, water will be supplied to over 1,500 tanks, including 12 major irrigation systems, providing a successful solution to the water scarcity in the North Central Province. A continuous annual water supply of 70 million cubic meters is scheduled to be maintained along the canal. Approximately 175,000 families in the province will benefit from this. Nearly 40 million cubic meters of water have been allocated through the project for drinking water needs, offering a solution to the chronic kidney disease issue in the North Central Province. The North Central Province Canal project is scheduled to be completed by 2030.
Now, the national program to establish 500 model tea villages in the country of two leaves and a bud, Team Ceylon Tea Village, commenced in 11 districts. Today, the objective is to empower small tea holders and farmers, promoting tourism industry related to tea and financing the rural economy. The inaugural function to commence 500 cluster villages was held today, led by Minister Samantha Vidyaratna at Vautawulla area, Hapugastalawa, Halgollagama in Kotmale. The program also aims at raising the tea production in this country to 400 million kilograms in 2030 and also to increase the income in tea exports to $2.5 billion. The program is being implemented under the guidance of President Anukumar Dissanayake and supervision of Minister Samantha Vidyaratna. It is also assisted by Tea Small Holding Authority affiliated to the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure Facilities, Sri Lanka Tea Research Institute, Sri Lanka Tea Board and the National Plantation Management Institute. Further, Minister Samantha Vidyaratna stated that the country's current finished tea production stood at 264 million kilograms and they aim to increase that volume to 400 million kilograms by 2030. He mentioned that the revenue generated for the country in the previous year was $1.51 billion and they hope to increase it by another billion to reach $2.5 billion by 2030. He added that achieving this goal required dedication, intervention and active contribution from all parties involved who must be brought together. Furthermore, he noted that the Ministry of Tourism had plans to generate $8 billion for the country. Badulla district program commenced at Lucky Land Village. It is also expected to create entrepreneurship opportunities as well as to develop sustainable tourism opportunities and community development amalgamating tea, plantation and tourism sector. Deputy Minister Wan Ranasinghe and a number of others joined the Badulla district program. Deputy Minister Wan Ranasinghe stated that this project was being launched to economically and socially empower small-scale farmers who currently maintain small plantations and sell their raw tea leaves to others. He explained that by introducing modern technology to these farmers, they will be able to produce high-quality tea, such as highly priced homemade tea, right in their own homes. He concluded that if they could successfully bring such products to the market, it would be one of the best and most impactful achievements. The program to enlighten small tea estate owners in Colombo district was held at Vaga Padukka. In a land area of more than 400 hectares, tea was being grown in areas belonging to the Padukka Division Secretariat Office. The function was also organized at the Udugama Halyala parallel to the Ceylon Tea Village program under the guidance of Deputy Minister Dinidu Saman Hennayaka. 3 tea villages were included in the inaugural function held today in Nivitikala Electorate, Ratnapura. The function was held under the guidance of parliamentarian Nilusha Gamage. Steps have been taken to establish tea villages focusing Kawatta, Pannila, Miyanavi West and Nivitikala Vattahen area.
First Perahera of the historic Ruhunu Kataragama Asala festival is now parading the streets. The historic Ruhunu Kataragama Asala Perahera has officially commenced, drawing hundreds of thousands of devotees across Sri Lanka to the sacred grounds. Rooted in a royal decree issued centuries ago by King Dutugamunu, the annual festival commemorates the sacred union of Lord Kataragama and Goddess Valliyamma. Pilgrims of diverse faiths have joined on foot through rugged terrains, including Kumana and Yala National Parks, to pay their respects. In a powerful display of multi-religious harmony, the festival's opening day featured the traditional flag-hoisting ceremony at the Kataragama Mosque, attended by thousands of devotees. Additionally, historic Kirivihara and temple grounds have been brightly illuminated to mark the occasion, a devotional contribution supported continuously by Swadeshi Industrial Works for the past 25 years. For those unable to travel, the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation is broadcasting the colourful pageant live, bringing the grandeur and spiritual essence of the Asala Perahera directly to your home island-wide.
In the meantime, more than 25,000 have arrived in Padayatra for the historic Ruhunu Maha Kataragama Asala Perahera festival of the Kataragama Devalaya. Government institutions as well as the private sector have joined hands to provide necessary facilities for them. The annual Kataragama pilgrimage commences for 2026. CBL Lanka Soy has launched its Manusat Satkarya community service initiative to support thousands of devotees making the long journey from north and the east of Sri Lanka. Recognizing the severe lack of clean drinking water along the challenging trekking routes, the initiative is actively setting up water distribution points to provide clean, safe drinking water, a fundamental necessity for the travellers.
The National Dengue Control Unit says that there is a certain amount of decrease in the number of dengue patients reported in all districts of the island except Gampaha district. It added that dengue control programs are being implemented without a break. So far, 71,235 dengue patients have been reported, while 15,856 patients were identified last month alone. 49 deaths have been reported so far, of which most of them are females and with 5 children among them. The highest number of patients were reported from the Western Province. Meanwhile, the number of patients reported in Gampaha district has increased as a percentage, which stands at 20.69. According to latest data, a minor decrease is reported in the number of patients in Colombo district, which is 19.97%. Director of the National Dengue Control Unit, Dr. Kapila Kannangara, stated that they were currently observing a decrease in the number of patients in every district except the Gampaha district. He added that in collaboration with the Red Cross Society and with their contribution, they would start a program from the following day to continue those efforts for another week or two. He further mentioned that they would review the situation after 1 week and if necessary, they would extend the program for another week, which could lead to an extension of up to a month. Programs to control dengue are being continued island-wide. Accordingly, a special dengue control program was held recently at Alla Bandaravela with the participation of Police Special Task Force, Alla Pradeshya Sabha and the MOH office. A cleanliness program was implemented to Ravana Alla of the Alla Vellavaya main road to Kumalwala Junction on the Alla Bandaravela main road, 4th mile post on the Alla Passara main road and also up to Halpa Junction of the Alla Demodara main road. According to Bandaragama MOH office, more than 500 dengue patients have been reported so far in Bandaragama MOH division. More than 200 patients out of the number has been reported from Aludgama area, where patients are being reported continuously. A fumigation program was implemented in the morning today, covering the entire area due to this reason. Another dengue control program was held today, focusing areas where the number of dengue patients are reportedly high at Anagarika Dharmapala Mawatha, Karapiti and Gaul. Major General Varuna Gamage, the media spokesperson for the Sri Lanka Army, stated that they would have studied the manner in which dengue was spreading and they will provide already deploying nearly 2,000 personnel daily, and they would take steps to deploy the required troops in the future as well.
Minister Dr. Anil Jayantha Fernando says it is the objective of the government to transform employees' Provident Fund and the employees' trust fund to a level more beneficiary to the employees. He made this observation expressing his views to the media regarding the false propaganda pertaining to the funds. Minister Dr. Anil Jayantha Fernando stated that a cabinet paper had been recently presented regarding how to provide a more effective service to employees alongside managing the administrative affairs of the Employees Provident Fund and the Employees Trust Fund. He explained that the cabinet paper proposed, firstly, to introduce a new administrative structure that would ensure full legal coverage, complete financial security and protection for its members. Secondly, it aimed to provide and streamline the welfare and administrative functions of the ETF. Furthermore, as the administration of the EPF is currently handled by two institutions, namely the Central Bank of Sri Lanka and the Department of Labour, he noted that the proposal suggested consolidating these administrative functions. However, he pointed out that a misconception had spread within the society, suggesting that both the ETF and EPF were to be merged and handed over to the private sector. He remarked that they did not know where such incorrect information had originated and emphasized that it was entirely false. He added that the cabinet approval had been granted to study the best mechanism to implement these two proposals, consult all relevant parties and submit a report within 4 months. He specified that the expert committee tasked with drafting this report was chaired by Secretary to the Ministry of Labour and included the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, a representative from the Central Bank, a representative from the Employees Trust Fund Board and a representative from the Department of Labour. He highlighted that the report had not yet been prepared and no one knew what it would contain. Despite this, he criticized social media and opposition political groups for making speculative and imaginary statements regarding the committee's findings. He assured that once the report of the committee was received, they would hold a proper discussion and proceed with the program that enhanced transparency, improved financial administration and guaranteed better benefits as well as social security for employees, affirming the government's commitment to this fund.
Sarath Veeravansha, brother of former Minister Vimal Veeravansha, has been taken into custody by the Financial Crimes Investigation Division. He has been taken into custody regarding an incident of misusing government vehicles under the instructions of the Attorney General. It has been reported that although officials of the Financial Crimes Investigation Division visited his residence in Panadura recently, Sarath Weeravansha was not available there. Police stated that the officials took him into custody today as per an information received to the effect that this suspect is staying in Gampaha area. We move into a short break and we'll bring you more news after this.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Pantamai.
Earn the highest interest rate of 5.6% for US dollar fixed deposits from Ceylon Bank. Earn the highest interest rate of 5.6% for US dollar fixed deposits from Ceylon Bank.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back. Moving on to more local news. A drug trafficker has fled after snatching the revolver of a police officer who was taking part in a drug raid in the Katunaik area and shooting the officer.
The suspect escaped with the firearm. Two police officers had gone to conduct a drug raid near the Demotau roadblock in Katunaika. Reports say that during a struggle with a drug trafficker, the suspect snatched the police officer's revolver and shot him. Officers stationed at the police roadblock immediately arrived at the scene, but by then the drug trafficker had already fled. The injured police officer was admitted to the Minuangoda Base Hospital for treatment. Katunaika police have launched a search operation to locate the drug trafficker and recover the stolen firearm.
Bodies of two prison officers of Negombo prison who succumbed to their injuries while undergoing treatment at the Colombo National Hospital have been taken to their residences. The bodies were delivered to their houses following the post-mortem examination conducted at the National Hospital. The deceased officers were P.D. Sandigalakshan Gunawardhan and Pasindu Ranavira. Sandigalakshan was a father of one child and had completed nearly 5 years of service as a prison officer. Earlier, he had served in the Sri Lanka Air Force for 12 years. He was to visit his home, having applied for leave on the 6th of this month. His final rights will be announced later. Meanwhile, the body of the other deceased officer, Pasindu Ranavira, was brought to his residence. He is the youngest of a family of 3 siblings. He has joined the prison service in 2024. He was also scheduled to visit home on leave on the 7th of this month.
St. Benedict's College, the oldest Catholic school in the Archdiocese of Colombo, celebrated its 161st College Day today, while also bidding farewell to 7 long-serving teachers.
The day began with a solemn festive mass in thanksgiving at St. Lucia's Cathedral in Kotahena. The Holy Mass was celebrated by the Bishop of Anuradhapura, His Lordship, Retired Reverend Dr. Sagar Rajayamanna, a distinguished All Benedictine and a member of the 89th batch. Following the Mass, the college held a festival ceremony to honor 7 dedicated teachers for their many years of faithful service and their invaluable contribution to education and development of generations of Benedictines. The teachers honored were Reverend Sister Kamali Pereira SDS, Mr. Leonard Hapuarachi, Mr. Hiru Amaravira, Mrs. Nirmala Fernando, Mrs. Hembali Loyola, Mrs. Yamunabe Gunawardana and Mrs. Chathuri Gunawardana.
The Colombo Stock Exchange ended today's trading negatively. The all-share price index closed at 21,417.80 after falling by 7.19 points, which represents a 0.03% change. The S&P SL 20 index closed at 5,988.62, down by 8.37 points and 0.14%. Total market capitalization at the close of the trading stood at 7.766 trillion rupees. Market turnover for the day amounted to 1.229 billion rupees with 56.94 million shares traded.
A few showers are expected in the western, Kataragama and northwestern provinces as well as in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Mathura districts today. The rest of the island is expected to experience mainly dry weather. Meanwhile, strong winds of up to 50 km per hour are likely at times in the northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Mathale, Hambantota and Trincomalee districts. We'll bring you foreign news right after this break.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kutumi. Pantamari.
Earn the highest interest rate of 5.6% for US dollar fixed deposits from Ceylon Bank.
Welcome back in your world news for the day. With the collapse of the ceasefire agreement, a tense situation of conflict exists again in the Middle East region.
It is reported that President Donald Trump has taken steps to impose naval blocks on Iranian ports. Iranian government media spokesman Fatemeh Mohajerani had noticed on her social media account that more than 30 civilians have died from American attacks launched on southern Iran.
The American Navy has deployed armed vessels to block Iranian ships sailing through the Strait of Hormuz and to confirm regional security. The American Central Command states that about 21 warships have been stationed for the security of the Strait of Hormuz. The American Navy is facing a severe challenge due to blocking boundaries connected to Iran while providing security to commercial vessels sailing along the Sea of Oman. The Iranian news service has confirmed that the American military launched attacks targeting a location where soldiers were staying at the Bumper military camp in Iran. American President Donald Trump declares that in the future, attacks will be launched towards factories and nuclear centers in Iran. In response to American attacks, Iran has launched many missile and drone attacks towards the American Naval Support Facility in Sheikh Issa Air Base in Bahrain. Due to this reason, warning sirens were sounded throughout Bahrain, and the Ministry of Interior of that country informed the public to go towards safe locations. Furthermore, due to Iranian attacks launched on Kuwait, damage has occurred to a vessel belonging to the Kuwait Navy. The Defence Ministry of that country states that 4 soldiers were injured there. It is also mentioned that due to Iran's daily attacks, damage has occurred to 2 oil tankers belonging to the United Arab Emirates and several sailors have gone missing, stating that they have faced severe inconvenience due to these severe conflicts occurring within the region. Kuwait, Qatar and Bahrain have strongly condemned Iran's conduct. Political analysis point out that even in the face of naval blockades, Iran has the ability to maintain its crude oil exports through alternative routes such as the Caspian Sea, Pakistan and Turkey. American Energy Secretary Chris Wright emphasises that the involvement of the military is an essential factor to continuously maintaining the regional energy supply. Meanwhile, Iraqi Prime Minister Ali al-Saidi says that during bilateral discussions held in Washington, it was decided to completely withdraw American soldiers from Iraq by next September 30th, after 23 years. The Kuwait Defence Ministry states that they took steps to successfully destroy several Iranian drone aircraft that entered the country's airspace. Due to this warlike situation, crude oil prices in the world market have risen rapidly, and the price of barrel Brent crude oil has risen up to $86.19 American dollars, and the WTI oil price has risen up to $80.40. It is reported that the American Treasury Department has taken steps to freeze an amount of assets worth more than $130 million, suspending several cryptocurrency wallets connected to the Central Bank of Iran to control illegal financial activities of that country. However, even in the face of these naval blockades, political analysis point out that Iran has the ability to maintain its crude oil exports through alternative routes such as the Caspian Sea, Pakistan Pakistan and Turkey. American Energy Secretary Chris Wright emphasises that the involvement of American military forces is an essential factor to continuously maintaining the regional energy supply. Meanwhile, ending 23 years of American military presence, Iraqi Prime Minister Ali al-Saidi declares that during bilateral discussions held in Washington, it was decided to completely withdraw American soldiers from Iraq by next September 30th.
Welcome back, and we await sports news. Spain qualified for the finals of FIFA World Cup football tournament after 16 years.
Spain beat France in the first semi-final match. The match was played in Dallas, USA in front of over 70,000 spectators. A very competitive encounter. At the 22nd minute, Spain received a penalty. Mikel Oyarzabal transformed it into a goal successfully. Accordingly, the first half of the game ended as 1-0 Spain in the lead. Later at the 50th minute, Pedro Porro scored the second goal for Spain. Accordingly, Spain qualified for the finals with 2-0. This is the second occasion Spain qualified the finals of the FIFA World Cup. Earlier in 2010, Spain had qualified for the finals and became the world champions. The second semi-final match of the tournament will be played at 12:30 dawn tomorrow Sri Lankan time between England and Argentina.
It's happening for Spain! Look at those wild eyes! The world is opening up for this glittering Spanish cohort. And here's Lamine Yamal. He's free. He's easy! And the flag is up. Here is Mbappe. Driving with strength and
Lanka Premier League T20 cricket tournament will commence on the 17th of this month. All matches of the tournament will be live telecast through Channel I. A press briefing to enlighten the media in this connection was held today. Lanka Premier League T20 cricket tournament commences this year for the 6th occasion. 6 teams, namely Gol Gallants, Dambulla Sixers, Colombo Caps, Kandy Royals and Jaffna Kings are included. The first match of the tournament will be played at the SSC grounds in Colombo between Gol Gallants and Jaffna Kings. The tournament is scheduled to end on the 8th of August.
Every legend begins with a single line, crafted with passion, forged for greatness, a symbol of courage, pride, and the spirit of cricket. Lanka Premier League 2026. 1 trophy, 5 teams, 1 champion!
And with that, we end today's national news telecast. We'll see you again tomorrow.